Hello everybody and welcome back to Sunset Motel. As you can see, I've got 440 items in my shopping basket. I've just come and done the big shop. Let's go and see how much we owe, shall we? We owe $4,144. I shall purchase those items. Thank you very much. Luckily, I got all 440 items in these 3 boxes. Very handy. I'll put them in the back of the truck. The reason I'm buying all of these, I haven't done it for a while. I just want to focus in on getting the final room done, really. But we are going to have some parties in the gym. So we've got some gym parties to take care of today. And do the final room just before we finish the series for now, until the caravan update comes along. But I have bought a bit of everything for the gym. But creatine's the only thing that the server will ever serve people. So I don't know what's going on with those boxes, but they do not sound good, do they? Let's pull up just here. Where are the supplements? There they are. No, they're drinks. Supplements. There we go. Yeah, the guy in here, he only makes creatine. He makes creatine drinks and creatine bars. That's all he will do. So make sure I've got plenty of stock of that, which is what I've done there. But I've got all the others as well, just in case he eventually decides to start serving the other items. Hey, how about that for an idea? But I don't think he ever will. Right, to do a party in here, I think we need to get a couple more items. I think I need 2 more punch bags for that one. It looks like over here as well, we're going to have extra treadmills, so I have no idea what I'll probably just get them and put them in here just to clear it off and then sell them afterwards. So let's get ourselves a couple more punch bags. I think it's asking for more of these, I believe. So if we just put another one there and another one here, we can sell these afterwards. Doesn't matter if they're in the way particularly. Just here for the party. Right, let's see. Can I now get this party online? Yes, I can. So we'll start the event. Those people will come over. We've seen parties before, so we don't need to hang around, really. I'm just doing these so we've literally cleared everything through. Although they're all arriving with their boxing gloves on. As you can see, the rain is wetting all my cardboard boxes back there. All my products are going to be ruined. Kind of just want to stick around now. Now they're all arriving with boxing gloves on. I didn't expect that. I just thought they were going to be like the other gym party where they just turn up. No, this is a full-on boxing party. For some of them, anyway. I don't think these guys are actually part of the party. I think they're just regular guests. Here they come then, ready for the big fight. Oh, what are they going to do though? Because we've only got 4 punch bags. So what are they going to... Oh, they're just going to dance. Of course, they're just going to dance like all the rest of the parties we have. They're just going to dance. Yeah, of course. So they've all come ready to box. And the only person boxing is actually somebody who's not even part of the party. Just some regular resident here. Okay, well, we've seen this before. It's the same as all the others, so we don't need to hang around. For that, we have more things to do today. Let's go and, first of all, get these stocked up. And then we'll get started on the final room. But I will click the parties through as we play today. So then we've literally done everything. Hoping we'll get the car wash at the end. We'll have done everything, and then we can just await the update that brings caravans. Put all that in there. We've got plenty of food in there now. Ridiculous amount of food, really. So I would like, as well, one of the reasons I did spend quite a bit of cash there, I'd like to get to 100 grand, fully stocked and everything. 100 grand by the end of the day would be good, wouldn't it? Can we get there by the end of the episode? Will we hit $100,000? I think it's quite likely, to be honest. But we shall see. Depends how long people stay for. I'm going to have to put my car over by these bushes. Because I parked it just here. Off camera. And then it came up and told me I was in the way. That the customer couldn't drive by me. I was literally parked here. And it came to tell me that the customer couldn't drive their car past us for some reason. No idea why. I'll park it by the bushes. It seems fine. Right, here we are then, in room 210. So I have made a bit of a start here. I've made some choices. So in here, we're going to have a dining room, and it's going to be a nautical theme, as much as we can do nautical theme. So basically just colour, and we'll have the ship photo on the wall. But it's a bit of a nautical theme as much as we can do in here for a dining room, so I thought that'd be interesting. I've gone green in here. We've got a green sort of feature wall, and then a creamier colour around the rest of the walls, which I think works quite nicely. We'll have a lighter flooring in here. I'll pick that very soon. In here is where it gets a little bit more interesting. So we have the laundry thing here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to split this room. So this part of the room is going to be the bathroom, and then there are no partition walls in the game or anything like that, unfortunately. But there are some wardrobes, as we know from a previous room, that do almost touch the ceiling. So I'm going to put a couple of wardrobes just here to create like a partition wall. We'll leave a gap, obviously, because we can't actually put a doorway in or anything like that. But we can have a pretend doorway here that would come through to the bedroom. I don't quite know on the size dimensions yet, but that's the plan. We'll work that out in a moment. In the bedroom, I've gone with something we haven't done before. I'm not really that keen on some of them, but this one actually doesn't seem too bad for a bedroom. So we've gone with a wooden wall, so we'll put the bed up against that there. So it's like I guess like an extended headboard. So we've got that on there, and then the rest of it obviously will fill in with that colour. But I don't quite know the length. But there is this line that's sort of already pre-made onto the ground, which we could use, but I don't know if that would be too big for the bathroom. I might come slightly further this way. I don't know yet. If I do come slightly further this way, I'll have to come to the doorway, because obviously the decoration will probably go up to the doorway. So I don't have control over, if I was to paint another panel, for example, I don't have control to just do it halfway. So it might be to the doorway. It just depends how big we need the bathroom. But we'll see. We'll have a think about that in a moment. I'm going to put a floor in here first. So let's get ourselves some parquet. I think a lighter floor would go quite well. Serpentina, perhaps. Might not look too bad. Let's have a look. It's gone outside, but it's fine. Yeah, I think that works well in here. I think that's the lightest floor they really do in the range, really, of that kind of style. I mean, obviously that's lighter, but that's a totally different colour. I think we'll go with this. I think it's as good as we're going to get. I think we've used this before, haven't we, Serpentina? I remember it from somewhere. It looks okay, though. Sure we don't go through into the next room. I hope that changes at some point as well. The ability to accidentally place it into the next room. Kind of annoying. Although I suppose, or maybe you will be able to do that with the caravan. But this will be the final room we're doing anyway, so I can't imagine it's the same in the caravan particularly. Right, that's the floor in here done. I've also made a decision not to bother going back and doing the other rooms as well. I was thinking of going back and doing room 201, 202, 203, and just trying to level them up a little bit. But we're making so much money. I mean, I think we will actually clear the 100,000. It's kind of, what's the point? Because all that does really, I mean, is add extra value to those rooms. Do we need extra value? Do we need more money than we're making? I don't think we do. So there's not really any point in that. It'd be nice to get them all starred up, because it generally is just room 102, 201, 202, and 203 that are lower in level. So by changing a few of the items in there, I keep the layouts the same, but by changing a bed for a more expensive bed, for example, or a table for a more expensive table, or whatever, we would get the level of the rooms up. But I don't know if I'm going to bother with that or not, to be honest. It just doesn't seem to be much point in it. Whilst we could look to 5-star every single room, I don't know if we need to do that or not, really. Because the only benefit is financial, and we just don't need the finance. So I'm probably going to leave those, or that's something we might do when I come back for the after the series break to do the caravans. Maybe we'll touch them up then. But it really is just replacing items. So I don't know. If we get time today, maybe we'll see how easy it is. If it's only replacing like a couple of items, maybe we will. But I'm not really going to tear the rooms out to just get some extra finance. So it's just in here then, isn't it now? So where do we want? I don't think the bathroom needs to be massive. The problem is you can't get the stuff out. So I can't get a bath out or whatever just to measure up or anything like that, because you have to place all of the parquet and the painting and stuff done first. That all has to be done, and then you get access to the items. So I've got no items to try out in here. But is that big? I think that's big enough for a bedroom, isn't it? Or is then this too big for a bathroom? It's the bathroom. There are a lot of items in the bathroom, as we know. I'm going to go one more. We'll go to the... I assume that's the doorway. Or is it not quite the doorway? That'll be a problem if... How does this paint over here? I wonder. So if I was to do that, is that going to do that whole wall? That does that whole wall. But I don't think that... See, that's annoying. That doesn't quite meet where we've just been. And I could do the whole room that colour, and then it wouldn't make any difference, of course. We could have a dark bathroom. We haven't had a dark bathroom. As you know, I prefer brighter colours in my bathrooms. Well, we could have a dark feature wall, I suppose, in our bathroom like that. And then that would solve the issue, because the wardrobe would go here anyway. Let's try it and see. I think I'd want a brighter colour or some tiles or something over the other side of the bathroom. Wallpaper. Let's have a look at the tiling. I hope, well, we know more options are coming in, but I hope they're brighter colours as well with some of the tiles that don't look as dirty and as grimy. You know what? I might just go with white paint over the other side. Something like Old Faithful. Right, so that's the painting done in here. We need to select a flooring. I'll do that. Well, we'll do that now, I suppose. This is also possibly going to be an issue as well, isn't it? The flooring. So the floor may have to be the same throughout, because I'd imagine the same thing could happen here, where it doesn't quite... We'll see. We'll see why the floor goes down. Let's pick some flooring. It looks like the party's about to finish. So we could do marble anyway, all the way through. Wouldn't be too bad. I quite like this flooring for a bathroom. We'll have this. We just made $2.5 grand on that. We had plenty of... Where did they get the alcohol from? We don't serve alcohol in the gym. They must have all gone to the pool afterwards. We sold a lot of creatine bars and a lot of creatine drinks as well. We might have to go and get more of those then. I didn't realise 40 would disappear. So these are going to be too long, aren't they? They're going to bleed into the... Annoyingly. Now, is that a half... I bet it's not a half wall, is it? It's not really a bedroom floor. If I was to try and paint that wall, what would happen? Oh, it is only a... Ooh, it is only a... And that does go up to that. So maybe we do a smaller bedroom then. We'll keep that wall colour, but just do a smaller bedroom. Let's try that. I think it was this one. That lines up perfectly there. So it's that line, isn't it? I wonder if this was supposed to be 2 rooms. They just didn't do it or something. So we'll have that as the bedroom. We will keep that because unfortunately that bleeds through anyway. So we'll have that. We'll keep that, but maybe we'll change it later. We could change it. If we don't fancy this for the bathroom, we could change it later now. And this could just be like the entryway into your bedroom anyway. It might be able to be changed. We'll see. Right, so let's think about a different floor then for the bedroom. That back in there, sell it. So it's quite dark, so I think you need a lighter coloured floor. So probably back to the park. And we could go with what we've just gone with in... How does this look? We'll go with that in here as well. I think this is what I've done in there. Not really a bedroom floor, I wouldn't say. I might go with Serpentina in here as well, actually, though. I think it might go, because it's... Yeah, I think that kind of goes. It's a bit woody in here with it on the wall as well, but... I think it goes better than any of the others would. I think it has to be a lighter colour, just because the walls are so dark. Some more of that. It'd be nice if there were, like in a future update or something like that, the ability to take walls down and put up partition walls so you could really make your own rooms. That would be good. I mean, I know we're kind of doing that here, but we're having to just sort of work around it with big wardrobes. But it would be kind of cool to have that anyway, wouldn't it? And just be able to, if this was just a gigantic square and you can plan it out how you want, that would be quite cool. All right, let's put some parquet outside, and then we can get some furniture on the go. So let's carefully get rid of just this one. And then put in something out here that looks good for outside. What does this one look like out here? Sure, why not? We'll make that work somehow. Sell that. Right, now we've got access to some stuff. I don't even know if this idea is going to work. This is the acid test right here. So, wardrobe. It's going to have to be the really tall one. So, that one I'm thinking. Kind of works, and it's also a very similar colour to that wall. Is interesting. Can't quite go all the way to the edge, so we'll have to pretend, but I think that's the tallest wardrobe. Don't think there are any others as tall as that. And if that's so tall, that actually does block the light out, even though there are no lights currently up, which makes no sense, but yes. So, that's as close as I can get it, I think. And I don't think I can get it... No, I can. It didn't look like it was straight either, did it? We can get it there, so it has to be there. So it does leave a little bit of a gap. We'll have to use our imagination. Put another one there. It does create quite a tight doorway. So that doesn't look quite straight to me. That's as straight as it would let me have that. Let's come back out again. Let's select it and try again. It's either that or it's that. There's no... You can't, like, press shift or anything like that and get, like, a half rotation or anything like that. It is just bang, bang. It's... Yeah. As good as it gets. So it's going to have to be slightly... Annoyingly, it's going to have to be slightly off. But we'll just have to use our imagination and pretend it isn't. Let's go and put a fire out, because I think 208 is going to lose an item if we don't. Alright, what's on fire in here? My nice outdoor seating! Why? Why do people set fire to stuff? It doesn't make any sense. We have more arson attacks at our motel here than anywhere else in the entire world. It'd be nice as well if you had to use the... Well, maybe it wouldn't, but if you had to use the fire extinguisher here, but then you'd have to run and grab... Actually, forget that. That would be annoying. But maybe if you pull the fire alarm. Or something. Maybe that will activate the sprinklers in future. I think that's as good as this is going to get. Can I get down here? Ah. I can't fit. Well, that's an issue. That is quite a big issue, actually, isn't it? Because... I don't know how short I am of space. Maybe this can go a bit closer now. I don't think so. Oh, wait. at that kind of angle, that goes slightly closer. It looks horrendous because it's really off now. But if I put this one back a bit, can I now get through? I can get through! We're in! It's very dark in here, very imposing, but it's the only way we can kind of do this. It works. We'll just have to use our imagination. That's all. Can I even get a bed in here? Is the next question I have here. Okay, so we can. So I don't know if we'll get some of the bigger beds in here, but yeah, I think we will actually. Okay, so we can get a bed in here. So that's not a problem either. So that's that bit kind of done. As good as I can make it anyway. I assume this was, I don't know what was going on here. Whether that was going to be the entire bathroom, I have no idea. That's just huge. Too big for a bathroom. That's why I thought we'd have a dining room. Separate dining area. Right, let's put the bathroom in. We might as well start over here. So we'll put the... I could actually hide the fact that they're not quite in line by putting a bath and everything over that side, couldn't we? Could have the shower and the bath along there. And that might disguise how that doesn't quite all meet up a little bit. If we get the shower and put the shower next to that, that is doing some funny things with the lighting, isn't it? I take it then there's an invisible light in the middle of each room. Because we are creating all kinds of shadows we should not be creating here. Where's the door for that? It's there, isn't it? I don't like that there, particularly. Not only is it doing weird stuff with the light, don't like its placement much. Put it there. We'll have to have something else just there. We can have a dresser or something, I suppose. I never put enough of those kind of things in bathrooms, I suppose. Toilets. There. We'll put our sink over here. Should we have this one or should we have the floating sink? Let's have the floating one. Not bad. We'll put in towel rail. I suppose the gold one would look... Yeah, it looks decent on that wall, doesn't it? So we'll have a towel rail there. Might put the other towel rail over here, though. The black one. Should we have a gold one on this wall as well? We could have a gold one on this wall as well. Let's have that there. You've got a towel there for getting out the shower. Can't, unfortunately, obviously use that because it's not an actual wall. So put that there. And we'll put some soap dispensers here for you to use in the bath. Can't put one in the shower. You can put like this little thing, but I don't know how this actually works anywhere, to be honest. Can't really, you can only use that in a corner. So we'd have to have the bath in a corner for that. So I can't use that anyway. So we'll give them a little dispenser there. Just open the shower door and grab what you need. We'll have a soap dish just there for that. Toilet paper can go just there. We'll put a small towel there for doing your hands on. I think that's more or less, as usual with a bathroom, that's it, isn't it, really? I think what I will do this time, just to hopefully make this look a little bit better, is put in something that looks a little bit bathroomy. What about that antique one? That white one in the antiques. Got kind of like a top on it that could be semi-bathroom. Might just take your eyes away from... Not really, does it? I was hoping it would take your eyes away from the fact that they don't meet up, but no. We're doing the best we can. Let's put a plant in here. or 2, so I'll put one down there. One down there. And then just mirrors, really. I think we'll put a mirror over the toilet in this one. Because why not? Let's put a mirror just there. Another mirror just there. Not bad. I think that'll do in here. I think that's as good as a bathroom is going to get in this game. Now, unfortunately, it's very dark in here, so we're not going to get a true representation of what we're doing, I don't think. But I don't... If I put a light in, do you think that'll make a difference? I don't think lights make a difference in this game. As long as I don't put more than one in, it would be okay. But if I just put that there, does that make... Nope, that makes absolutely no difference whatsoever. Absolutely no difference. Get rid of that then. We'll put one in later on that will go better with our stuff. It's a shame that doesn't do anything, because it is dark, but never mind. Right, bed. Something that goes well on with the wooden wall would be good. Fortunately, it's difficult to see that with it being so dark. That, but it's the wrong kind of wood. If that wood blended in, that wouldn't be too bad. Could have something like that. Oh, that wood does blend in, but it goes the wrong way. The panels go up and down rather than left to right. So I'm not that keen. Could go that. That's not too... That works quite well, actually. With it being so bright. Something like that might be nice. We've got one with some side bits coming out as well, haven't we? That might not be too bad. Go with that. It makes it a bit tight, but we'll go with that. Right, we've already got the wardrobes, of course, already in. Because they're now, like, basically built-in wardrobes. We've got built-in wardrobes, essentially. So we've got wardrobes already done, so we don't need to worry about that. I don't know what we can place on there. I would assume I could probably place a lamp or something, but I don't think I'd be able to place much. Or a table or anything on there. Or even a lamp, it would seem. What an annoying little thing that is down there, then. So I'm assuming I can't place a stand on there either. In fact, the game is really not happy with me putting a stand anywhere. I think it's interacting with the wardrobe, so I can't actually put any bedside tables in here. It just will not have it. So we're going to have to just pretend that that's the bedside table. I mean, I guess you could put your phone on it. We can pretend it's got a wireless charging point on it or something like that as well. I could go with lamp above the bed in here. I think I've got a wall-mounted lamp in here somewhere, haven't we? I mean, they don't really go, though. I don't think there are any others, unfortunately. Let's just check that theory, but I really don't think there are. Though I don't want to put any lights in. Because then people are going to start moving into the room as soon as I put a sofa down, unless we make the sofa the last thing I do. Which we could do, I suppose. Oh, there are, look. Ah, there are some. Okay, so we do have some wall-mounted lights. Not many, but we have a couple, I think. If that's the case, I'm going to put the lights in. Just remind me, not that I'll be able to hear you, because I'm recording this well before you're watching it, but remind me, do not put a sofa down. So in about 10 minutes or so, when I'm placing it, and then I'm complaining, you can't say I didn't tell myself. Right, we'll put those there. Not my favourite things in the world, but at least they've got some lights. Not really a lot else I can do. We've already got wardrobes and stuff, as we said. I could put a rug down, but I'll probably put a mirror down over here. Something like that. Put a rug at the foot of the bed. Something like that. Could put TV on the wall. The TV unit's not the TV. Something like that. What else can I squeeze in here? Can I put a little... What's that TV unit? We can use the TV unit as a coffee table type thing. Doesn't go too badly, does it? Have that. Could I put some books on this? Can. Let's put some books on there. Bottle of wine for the room. Couple of glasses. Another stack of those. Maybe a picture for the wall. Can't put one on there, obviously, because it's not a real wall. We can put one just on the way in. If we've got room for a plant, I shall put a plant in, but I don't... Maybe in that corner we have just a little bit of room just to finish the room off. I could just put a vase, I suppose. Nothing decent will fit just there. It's not bad. If it did go green briefly. It's a little bit too big for that space, though. That's not bad. Go with that. I think that will do, then, in this bedroom. Can I put a clock or something on the wall somewhere? Just to tell the time. Not that you really need to, but... A clock above the bed, so you can't actually see it when you're in bed. But you can see the reflection in the TV and try and work it out. Play a little game with yourself. What does the time say? Right, I think that'll do in here. Why am I now... Oh, no, I can't get... The picture has made it too wide. I can't fit. Okay, we're going to have to remove this then. Get rid of it. I wasn't that bothered about it anyway, but can't get through, so that's fine. That's not bad. You know, for a tight little bedroom, that's not bad. I quite like that. It's a shame it's not properly lit, so we can have a proper look at it. But that's a nice little tight bedroom, isn't it? Plenty of wardrobe space. It's not bad. And then come through into a nice bathroom. So it's like an ensuite, basically. That's not too bad. It's a shame my wardrobe idea didn't meet. If they met perfectly lined up along with that, so if it went from there all the way to there, but they were perfectly lined up, I think it would look better, to be honest. I don't think you'd notice the top so much. I think it's more the wall showing there and this, isn't it? But I can't do anything about that, so we'll just have to pretend that is fine. But a decent bathroom and a decent bedroom. So now we can come into here then. Actually, what I'll do, I think we'll go dining room. Let's do dining room first. So I want a table, which I don't think they have, that's got a slight nautical theme. Or that you could imagine. So a white one would do, I guess. But you could imagine if this was like a fisherman's hut, is what I was thinking. Now, there's not enough decoration to put on the wall for that, unfortunately. And there's no tables that really scream fisherman's hut to me here either. I think I might go with that initial white table. I think a white table goes well with the colour scheme, at least. So we'll put that sort of fairly centre. Let's get some chairs. Now, we've got these chairs, which do scream fisherman's hut. So we could have those chairs. Because they're a bit weathered. Should we move things slightly to the left? Actually, you know what? I'm going to move that table slightly to the left. Just so it's a little bit more centre. So we have gone past 100,000 as well, I've just noticed, up on the top left. Like we did it a little while ago as well, 103,000. Right, that'll do. We'll dress the table in a moment. Let's just grab ship painting for the wall over there. Fortunately, I don't think we've got anything else kind of boat related. Oh, actually, I mean, I don't think it is, but we can imagine that's like a ship that's coming through the painting there. Close enough, anyway. That could also be a sail. I think these are a bit open to interpretation, these pictures, aren't they? So, do we need, I actually don't like one on there. I was going to put one there, but I don't think I like one on there. I think we'll keep it like that. We'll keep it reasonably basic in here. It'd be nice if I could have now bits of rope or something to hang down from the walls, or bits of shelving that look quite good. I don't think we have anything like that particularly. I don't remember seeing it, and I've been playing this a long time now. We do have these shelves that we hardly ever use. We never use these shelves, to be honest with you, because I always just have a bookcase. So I guess these are bookcases that kind of... We could have used these in some other rooms. I think I've only ever used that one. But I remember you couldn't place something on it, so it's not super beneficial, but... I mean, none of them are really boat-themed. I mean, that's close to a wheel, I suppose. You could pretend he's ripped it off his boat or something. Whoever we're designing this room for. Might just go with some... like one of these on there. Or something like that. One that side and one this side. Of those ones. There you go. It dresses it up quite well. That's not too bad. I'll take those. Obviously, we need to now dress the table a little bit, if I can. I don't even know if I can with this particular table, to be honest with you. Some of them it allows you to do, some it doesn't. This is going to be one where the plate goes through the table. No, it's not. We can have it in this room. I feel like the chairs need realigning slightly. We'll do that at the end. And we need knives and forks. It's a shame these tables... Actually, should we move further? Are those too tight in, actually? Are the other ones too tight, or are these too wide? I don't know. It's a shame you can't get place settings already made up. Since it's just purely decorative anyway. Shame you can't just buy the plate and it comes with the cutlery already set for you. Give them each a spoon. When their dessert arrives, and a glass, and then we'll be done. Don't think, other than a couple of plants, I don't think there's a lot to really add to this room. Give them a glass. Bit of wine for the table. There we go. Yeah, I think just a couple of plants or something in here. I think that'll do us. I don't think there's anything else I can really put in here, sadly. That's got a kind of fisherman's shack idea to it. Let's have a look, though. Are there any, like, weathered tables I could put in here? Like, weathered coffee tables? It's not weathered, but it's kind of the colour, isn't it? You know, it would look okay just in the corner here. Doesn't look bad, actually. I think we'll go with that. Can I put, like, a vase or something on here? look good. It's which vase, though, isn't it? None of those, really. That one's not that bad, actually. Let's put that on there. Yeah, let's go with that. I think it's kind of done in here. I don't think it needs much more. Obviously, like I said, it'd be nice if we could have, like, an old ring or something, like a rubber ring or something from a ship or a ship's wheel or something. Just a few more nautical themed items, but I don't think they really exist because we've not come across them so far. So can't do much about that, but I can place that chair there. Make sure it's lined up a bit better. There we go. I think that will do in there, and I'm quite happy with it, actually. That's come along nicely. Should have probably done a couple more rooms like this. We could have done a bedroom in this theme, couldn't we? Maybe we will in the caravan. Right, so that's the dining room taken care of. So that's nice. So we've only got this room and outside to do. So let's do outside first. And then we'll finish off in there. Then what I'd like to do as well, what I'm tempted to do, is then close. So maybe when we're getting towards the end of that, close the motel so we can have a last look at all of the rooms before reopening again. I might do that, actually. Might close them in a moment. And as soon as they're all empty, we can have a look round them. Just one last look. Right, what do I want out here? Table and chairs like we've done in the last couple of rooms? I guess so. Small table, though. Not a lot of room out here. Maybe not a dining room. Maybe just a sitting table with a drink. Where are those little coffee tables? Yeah, maybe something like this goes better, to be honest, out here. Or something like we've just put in the dining room. I know we've not done an antique room. I just couldn't... No, I don't think there's enough stuff with some of these antiques to go with it all. But yeah, we could have done an antique room, couldn't we? Just fancied doing a different dining room, but I just thought we didn't use any of these antiques in the bedroom or anywhere, did we? We've not done any antiques. I mean, that would go against the green. We could do a bit of an antique living room. Yeah, let's do that. We'll go with an antique living room. Just to use some of these. We did all those missions to try and get them all. I've barely used any of them. So let's stick with the coffee table that I was thinking out here, which was... I think something like this, which is just a bit interesting, really. So we could have something like that there. We'll put a couple of glasses on it and stuff like that, just to give it the look. Could do with the sun coming up, which it should be doing in about half an hour or so. I think the sun will pop up right in front of us, which will be nice, because that'll brighten this up so we can have a proper look at it. Get a couple of nice chairs. Here comes the sun on cue. Although it actually is giving a bit of a false impression now. If the lighting's not quite what I'd like it to be. Definitely need more chairs to put out on your balconies, I think. That one looks like it's got a bit of a towel draped over it. Let's have that. I mean, we could... If it rains, they'll just have to take it inside. It's got a bit of a towel on it as well, so it's got something else on it that just adds a bit, just draws the eye in a slightly different way. It's not bad, I think. Just a couple of plants and stuff out here. And that'll do us. Where are the plants? It's not bad. You can sit here, have your drink, watch people work out. It's about as good as you can do out there. I quite like it, though. It's nice. Right, so we'll come in here. That plant is coming through. So is that one. Just move those slightly. Better. There we go. Right, that sorted that out. So let's do a bit of an antique living room then. Just because we haven't. So I think I'm going to put a desk and stuff over there. So that's going to be like the office. So over here is your antique living area. So I quite like, against the green, I quite liked that. Goes well with the green. Now, I could put that over there. Now, if it's an antique living room, we don't need a TV and stuff like that, do we, really? So this could go over in this side. I know we're going to put the desk there, but this could go just here. Like a drinks cabinet sort of thing, isn't it? So we can pretend we keep our fine alcohol in there. Now, are there any... Not that I'm going to place it, I have remembered. But are there any sofas? I don't think there are. Not really. I tell you what, there's not a lot of furniture to use here. There's a few tables. We can put chairs and a couple of tables. But that's about it, really. So I might do that with a bookcase in that corner over there. So I think we'll keep this for just general living. But because there's no sofa, I can't place a sofa yet, but there's no antique sofa. The sofa's not really going to go with that. So I think we'll just keep the antiques to a little bookcase over there somewhere. So let's put the... We'll keep this bit modern. It's going to be a weird clash of styles here, I think. Let's find something that goes nicely with that green. That's kind of antique-y. I don't like it much, though. That's interesting. Now, we've never used that, have we? We didn't have access to that. That adds a bit of interest to the area, doesn't it? Once again, can't seem to line things up brilliantly. There we go. Put that there. Let's try a TV on there, because I don't know what we can get on there. If anything at all. Assume we can't get... Yeah, we can't... Oh, no, we can just get the massive TV, but it kind of covers it. We're going to have the smaller one then. Which still doesn't really fit. Have to go like that there. That's kind of weird, having a TV unit where the TVs that you put in the game don't actually fit on it. Even that one comes beyond the thing there. What's the point in having a TV unit that doesn't actually have any TVs that can go with it? I guess we could put a monitor on there. But that's not a TV, that's a monitor. We'll go with that because it's the best I think we can do. We'll then have a coffee table in between. Could maybe get an antique coffee table. They're all just dining tables. It'd have to be something like that, wouldn't it? I think I'm just going to save that and have that in the corner. Like the reading area. I think we'll just have a regular coffee table. Or one that sort of goes... These are TV tables, not coffee tables. Coffee table that sort of goes with the unit that the TV is on would be good, wouldn't it? I don't think we have any of those. That works well, though. We'll have that. So that can go there. Sofa is going to be just there. So we can leave the sofa alone. We'll have a bookcase over here. Now, if we're going to have antique furniture, we kind of want like an antique bookcase, don't we? Which is I suppose that is the nearest thing we have. Something of that vintage. So we'll have that. I have no idea how this is going to come together. I think this is going to be a very strange clash of styles here. Where can we put this? So we can have a chair in the corner there. Put this under the window, maybe? If I can squeeze a chair just here, which I can, that's not bad. I can do that. Let's find a nice chair then. So we can have just a regular... That's more dining, though. We don't want a dining chair. You want to be comfortable. One of these ones from the beginning then, isn't it? Doesn't look too bad. I think that's kind of got like a minty green to it, which kind of... It's either that or it's reflecting off the wall. Kind of goes with the wall, doesn't it? I think I'm going to have that, actually. It also fits a bit nicer. Have that there. That one just there. We could have some of our antique lamps or something on here. Like so. And just put some books on there. So that's not too bad, actually. That's okay. Let's try putting some books on here. Of course, it's going to be funny. Whenever a shelf is above your head, it just will not. We'll leave that. We'll just do the two. We'll have to use our imagination again and pretend that that's fuller or it's got some statues or something on it. So obviously we've got the sofa to put in there. So that's that bit done then. We'll put some pictures around as well. Let's just do the desk area over here. And get all of this bit done. And then we'll go around and put some pictures down and stuff like that. I think once we put this desk in, I think what I'll do is close. So then all the rooms should be empty by the time we've finished. Though if I'm closing anyway, I could put the sofa down now, couldn't I? Because it'll be closed. I could do that. Just find a desk to put in here. Don't want a massive desk. So we've got that unit there. I mean, I could move that out of the way, I suppose. I don't want a massive desk anyway in this room. Just something small. That creates a weird space next to that unit, doesn't it? I think it's got to be a straight desk. Something like that. All right, what can we fit on here? I don't think we can get two... Well, maybe we can. I don't think we can get two monitors on here. Put the PC down there. Yeah, I think it's just going to have to be a single monitor in here. I don't think we can get a second one. Well, you can. But is that a bit cluttered for the space? A tad, I would say. Let's try it. It hangs off slightly. Let's see what it looks like at the end. Keyboard. And a mouse. Put something like that there for any random pens, pencils, or anything like that that you might want to have. It's not bad. That monitor does hang off a little bit. And we get a nice chair. It's maybe slightly different to our usual office chair that we have. Don't think so. I think we'll stick with this. Like so. I might get rid of that second monitor. Well, maybe if I just move this over ever so slightly, then that one can go slightly better on, maybe. We can at a more of an angle, it can. which is not necessarily a bad thing, because when you sat that's better. I think that's better when you, because if you're sat here anyway, you don't mind glancing to one side. You can just be running some other stuff off there and playing your main games or whatever on there. Or whatever you want to do. That's not bad. We'll keep it like that. Then you can go over there for a drink or something like that. Let's put some wine bottles on here or something like that. That's what I'm imagining this is. Little drinks cabinet. Or something like that. We could put a old-timey clock above it. Something like that. It's not bad. It really is a bit of a clash of modern meets vintage. Right, I'm going to close the motel then. We've got loads of skill points. We've got 5 skill points to spend, by the way. Now, obviously, we don't need to do these. I might just do this, and then that's the cooking side of things completely done. Or do I wait and get one more, which is pretty close. We're almost getting one more, aren't we? Get that one more, and then we could get this one, and that will earn 3 times XP. So we can now do that. We could get 3 times XP. Would that be better? Because I don't know if this skill tree is going to change. You know, when they put the caravans in, will they add an extra section to this for caravans, for example? Or will it always just remain like this? Would this stuff help us out with caravans? I don't know. What's worth doing here? We already get double XP, so it would just be an extra bit on top of that, wouldn't it? Or shall we just get the... We don't need this. We don't need to cook faster food. And we don't really need the 3-star coffee either, to be honest. Because how much more money do we need to make? I think I might get this purely just in case when they add the caravan update, there is another bit of skill tree to go through and we have to spend our time building up some skill points. That's going to help us out in future. If it doesn't happen that way, it doesn't matter. I'll just spend them here. But we'll finish this off. We won't finish off today. We'll finish this off during the caravan update. We'll easily do all that. All right, let's close the motel then. So the motel is now closed. A couple of rooms have got people in, but by the time we finished in here, they have all left. And then we can go and finish up everything else afterwards. So let's put ourselves a sofa in, because nobody's going to come in here anyway. Now, so we can put a sofa in. Let's grab a nice looking sofa. That'll do.
I found a side job that can generate extra income for you. We're going to open an automatic car wash. This place will bring in a great profit.
I mean, are you seeing the money I'm making? What are we? What is this, episode 16? We've renovated all these rooms and we've got $113,496 just sitting in the bank. I mean, I could go and buy a car, but I don't need to because the game gave me a Ferrari or whatever it was to drive around in anyway. So, do I really need extra income? We will go and do that before the end, though. You never know. The caravans that come to this game might cost 50 grand each. Maybe there will be a reason to have so much income later in the game. I think we just need pictures in here, don't we? Generally. It'd be nice if they do cost a bit of money, actually. In that sense. Although not too much where you have to grind. Because there would be a bit of sitting around and waiting for money to come in then. I do think the balance of cash is probably skewed the wrong way at the moment. Nothing really goes with that green wall, does it? We don't have to have pictures on the green wall, of course. We could just have pictures like that over there. Something for this wall would be good because it's very empty over here. There we go. Bit of brightness to the place. Should we put something just here? It feels like it's a bit empty there, doesn't it? we put just there? I think we could... a unit just there would be good, wouldn't it? Let's go into wardrobes a second. There we go. Something like that on there, just for a bit of extra storage. Put a vase on it. Something like that. There we go. It just fills the space a bit better, doesn't it? Put a mirror on the wall here, which I've been neglecting to do. I think the last 1 or 2 rooms, I haven't actually done this. Put a mirror on the wall just there. I think just some plants. Some plants, and then we will be done. The final room complete. You know what? I think I'm done. I don't think I need to add anything else in here. I'm pretty happy with how this room's turned out. As it is. Yeah, we'll go with that. Let's have a little... we'll go for a bit of a tour in a moment. Well, should we finish with this room? We'll do them in order. As the rain begins. We started the episode with rain, didn't we? Looks like we're finishing it with some rain as well. So we started over here then, in room 201. Let's just give this chair a bit of a wipe. So we added that antique, didn't we? That didn't really change this room much. I guess I would have to change. To be honest, what would I have to change in here? It'd just be the bed and stuff, I guess. I quite like the bed, though. See, we added a couple of antique items in here. And that didn't really do much for this room. It's still only worth 33. I'm guessing it's more on volume of items then, isn't it? It's not the items themselves. Because we've used this bed and we've used some of these items in other rooms as well that are 5-starred. Is it volume of items? I guess it is. It's probably volume of items. I guess we could put a bookcase in just there. But it's probably volume of items, which you can't do in these rooms. So whether these rooms can never really reach the potential of these anyway. I think that might be it. Maybe they just can't reach the potential. Because there's not enough room in here. Because we've used some of these items in lots of... I've just walked in here expecting to see older items that we've never used since. But actually... quite a few of these. I mean, I've just put that plant in where we've just been. This table's been used recently as well. We keep putting that TV in. Side tables, I guess we've maybe used the slightly different variant, but we've got 2 of them in here. That wardrobe we've used, I'm pretty sure, somewhere else. We've used this sofa. So it's not like we're not using those. So I'm wondering if it's volume of items, and I can't really do much with this to 3-star it or beyond. Anyway, let's just try a bookcase and see what that even does to it in here. But I can't imagine it's going to do much. Find a nice one. That white one actually kind of goes with the blue. Let's place it. Right, see what that's done for it. Take it up to 34. It's just started, look. It's just minimally started to go into the 3rd thing. So... yeah, I think it's going to be too difficult, actually, to get enough stuff in here to 5-star it, because I don't think it is. That cost $15 for that wardrobe. What's the most expensive wardrobe I have? Okay, so we could get a $32 of that in, say. If I put that just there, what has that done? Barely changed it. Barely changed it. So it's just not worth trying to 5-star these, is it? That has barely changed it. Because I would replace that with that, say. That's almost a waste of time. We'll leave that then. You know what? I'm actually going to get rid of this bookcase as well. We'll leave the rooms as they were. So, yeah, I think it's more... oh, we've got a room fire in 209 that I've not noticed. And weird bit of lag there as well. As just I'm trying to run out the room. I don't think I'm going to get there in time, am I? That fire is going to I'm going to be here too late. Oh, I've lost a table. I've lost a... Oh, and it's this table as well. Can you believe it? This is the table from the last video where I placed everything and then ended up selling it all accidentally. Well, selling most of it accidentally. Sold the table and it just ruined I had to redo the whole thing. That's annoying. Okay, well, let's put another chair back in here. On the cursed table. Chairs were they? That looks like the one. Good. For some reason I can't jump over the railing. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. It's weird. There we go. Yes, I think I'm going to leave these rooms then. We'll leave them as is. Since it's not a, oh, this item you had earlier in the game, let's replace it with something more expensive and that'll level the room up. And it seems to be more about putting more items in the rooms. We'll leave them as they are. So this was the first room we did then. This was right at the beginning, room 201, which I think looks all right, doesn't it? Not bad first room, this. Pretty basic, but it's not too bad. You'll have to let me know, by the way, in the comments, which your favourite room is, if you have a favourite room. Or if you think they're all awful, let me know that as well, of course. Room 202. Not bad. I think we maybe could have done with something extra in here. It's a bigger room, isn't it? Much bigger room. Obviously, at the beginning of the game, we were a bit... we weren't poor, were we? We had money to spend, but we had to be watching our finance a little bit. So maybe we could have added something in here, but it's not bad. I quite like it. I don't know why I keep getting frame drops all of a sudden. Hopefully that's not coming through too badly on the video. Just restock this coal while we're here. One thing I have been forgetting to do, of course, I haven't done those parties, have I? I was going to get all the parties done so we could basically finish everything, but I forgot to set the next one going, didn't I? So we need... So we're not going to end up doing that in this one. We'll have to do these then. In the when we return for the caravans, we'll finish the parties. It doesn't matter. At least we're coming back to the game. If we weren't coming back to the game, I'd be annoyed. I'd probably do them and then just bring you back for the end once they're completed. Because then we would have completed everything in the game. But since we know we're coming back to do caravans, it's not such a big deal. So this is room 203 then, which of course was the cursed room. People couldn't actually get in here, could they? They would used to stand here and just not move. And eventually the patch came and enabled me to put that carpet back down again, and that solved the problem. Quite nice in here. It's not a bad room. Quite like it. That's what the bathroom's like. But with a tile in here, oh, that's not very nice in here, is it? Let's give that a bit of a clean while we're here. Yeah, that's not too bad, is it? It's quite different, I suppose. Not my favourite tiling, that. Hopefully we get some better ones. Well, it's not a bad room. 203. Let's go to 204. How's it looking in here? A bit different with the colour here. Orange. Bit of a brighter room. Still a nice room, though. Bedroom. I like the bedroom in here. I think the bedroom's my favourite of this room. But I do like this. That's dirty as well. Bathroom. This is a nice sized bathroom. I think this is about the right sort of size for the game, to be honest. Some of them have been a bit small. Some of them have been far too big. There's not enough items. This is pretty decent for what you can do. I wonder if they'll ever put doors in the game. And why the doors are kind of here but not here. Wonder why. What happened with those doors? They decided to remove them, I wonder. Yeah, not a bad bathroom. Quite like it. So that's 204. Let's show 205. 205, one of my favoured rooms. I quite like this one. There's a lot of space in here. The bedroom, sorry, is pretty nice. Why is that off of there? Didn't I fix that? thought I did. Something wasn't right about that at the time. Was it just that I moved that and didn't move the light? I don't know. Fixed it now anyway. Bathroom. I like this bathroom, but again, you see what I mean? It's slightly too big for what we have available to us. Don't think I like this as much as previous bathroom, to be honest. It's not bad, but I don't like it as much as the previous one. I like this living area, though. This is nice. It's where we started having more of a featured dining room, I suppose, just off to one side. A nice little living area. Not too bad. Let's go upstairs. We'll do them in reverse order, because we're already over here. Obviously, this is the room we just did. 210. So we'll have a final look round here. I like the bedroom in here. I think the bedroom's my favourite out of this room. I like the bedroom probably more than any other room in this particular apartment, we'll call it. Bathroom's not bad. Obviously, it's a bit makeshift, but it's not a bad bathroom. I quite like what we've been able to do with the bathroom to say we don't actually have a wall on one of the sides. It's pretty good. It's not too bad. It works okay in here as well. This antique area over here kind of blends with the room. You don't notice it being totally out of place, so that's good. So it's not too bad in here. Obviously, the dining room. I think this is my favourite dining room. Out of all of the dining rooms we've done, this is my favourite dining room. So I don't think I have like a favourite room overall. I think I have favourite bits of various rooms, but I think this is my favourite dining room personally. And a nice little seating area outside. Go back to 209. Or is that my favourite dining room? I say I do like that where it looks like it's a separate room just off through there. I think the layout of this one is nice. This room in general is a nice, the way that it's shaped, I think works quite well. This is a nice room. So we've got our little dining area outside here as well. I think I put more effort into the balcony here than I did on some of the others. That looks quite nice. Bedroom. Ah, yes, with the sofa. Because this is a little bit too big for a bedroom. So it was difficult to put stuff in here and not feel like the room's just too big. So you've got more like a hotel room within the apartment itself. Just there. Bathroom. I quite like the bathroom. Slightly oversized, I'd say, but good as it gets. Not bad. I like that room. Dining room probably in particular there. So this is 208 then. So I really enjoyed making this room, and I enjoyed when I was watching the video back. I thought, yeah, that looks really good. I enjoyed the watching my progress of making the room. This is the bedroom. Pretty minimal bedroom compared to some of the others, but I think it works well in this size room. So that's very nice. I quite like this sort of the layout. Not the dining room. Yeah, I prefer the other two dining rooms. That's okay. I mean, it's fine. But I like the color scheme in here. The dark red, dark floor. I think it works. And I like this little area as well. As you come down here, that's nice. I like this bit. Pretty basic out here. Not too bad though. Bathroom. I think this is my favorite. Yeah, probably is my favorite bathroom. Just because it's different to all the others, maybe. I don't know. Should have used more of this dark brick on some of the other bathrooms, maybe. But it's not bad. Then we've got the final two rooms to show off then. So 207. Another red one. Do I prefer this red and this floor, though? Now looking at it, maybe I prefer this one. The bedroom, yeah, bedroom's not bad. About as good as you can do, really, in the game. I think, actually, this is my favourite bathroom. Yes, this is my favourite bathroom. I should have done more like this. This is my favourite one because we used a different floor in here as well than we used in any of the others. This was the first time we used that brick as well. That looks a more pleasant bathroom to be in, actually, doesn't it? So this is my favourite bathroom in the game. 207. So 207's bathroom. Balcony's not bad. But it's not my favourite balcony. Not my favourite dining area. As I say, I think that was further on where we've already been. Bedroom's okay. I've already seen my favourite bedroom. I think living area, it's right up there for me as well. And then 206. This is where all the lag seems to be at this end of the map for some reason. 206, so this was the yellow room. I was really unsure about this one. Really unsure as I was doing it. I didn't feel that well that day, I remember, and I was a bit like, oh, is that one okay? But actually, you know, when you walk back in here, and this is the first time I've been back in here in real life, probably in about 2.5 weeks, this looks pretty nice. I quite like it. What's the bedroom like in here? Pretty big. Well, actually, I think I've done okay. To say this is a gigantic room for a bedroom, it's not bad. It's not, yeah, that's done it. That's done okay. To say the room's a bit too big for the game, really, that's not bad. I quite like the yellow in here. This is another gigantic bathroom, which can't put enough stuff in, really. Maybe if I'd have thought about it, I could have done something different again. So we could have done a smaller bedroom and have a like have a dining table in there or something. Have a dining room come bedroom or something like that with a cut off wall, a bit like we've just done. But I quite like this. What's the balcony like here? I think I just kept this one very basic. Yeah, this was the first balcony we did, isn't it? So I didn't really know what to do with the balcony at the time, so we just put a table and a couple of chairs. That is all of the rooms then. So as I say, let me know what your favorite room is, or if you've got favorite bits of rooms, or if you've got like a favorite dining room like I have, and a favorite sitting room and a favorite bathroom that you would then merge together. I think I would probably do that for my favorite rooms. I'd probably take the bedroom out of whichever one I said over there was my favorite bedroom. I'd probably take the dining room out of either the one we've just done, I think probably the one we've just done, or 209. I'd probably take the living area. I think I'd probably go with, was it 207 or 208? 207? Yeah, probably go with 207. It's not too bad. Quite like it. I mean, they're all nice anyway. I'm happy with them. But they're all done. So that's the tour of all of our rooms done, which took quite a while for me to walk around there then. So let's get this car wash up and going, shall we? For 2,000. Let's buy all of the machines because we're so wealthy. We can. Fill the water tank at the car wash facility. Let's have a drive over. As I say, we'll when we come back and do the caravans, we will do those final parties at the gym. Then everything will be done then, won't it? Once we've got that. Where is the water tank here? There it is. Presumably this is just a case of switching it on or something. Fill water tank, $400. And we're done. So that's everything then, isn't it? So apart from those parties, I'm disappointed I forgot to click those during the video. Never mind. So we've got all of the rooms done. We've got all the facilities. The motel is complete. Everything is done. These are as starred as we can really get them, so that's fine. We'll reopen the motel so we can see how this car wash works as well. So it is literally just, the only thing I've not done is these two parties. Which we will, yeah, we'll have to do them next time. Because they're about 10 minutes each, so make 20 minutes of just, well, it's 11 minutes and 12 minutes. So it's over 20 minutes of just sitting there watching them party. So we will do those when we return to this series to do the caravans. We can just set them going. And then everything will be done. Because there's no point me just sitting there for 20 minutes now. Just to show you them. Basically, because you wouldn't see the parties if we were doing it that way. I would just do them and then they'd just say done and done. So we'll just assume they're done for now. And then obviously we can finish them properly when we come back to do the caravans. Can I use the car wash? I was just thinking, can I use the car wash? Or is this it's an AI thing only? But it's an AI thing only. There's no way they're going to have modeled this. Is there anything I can put my money in here? Can I have anything? Nope, can't choose anything. Nothing. Oh well, so I can't clean my car. Unfortunately, there's no AI turning up to use it either. Now, is this a customer thing, or is it like, do people come to the motel? Do they move their cars when they come out and leave? Is the car wash the last thing they do, or is this used by random cars that drive by? Who knows? Okay, welcome back, everybody. We have a car wash user. So they run over the foam. So there's no brushes or anything. It literally just, and then he comes for a dry. It's a shame there's no brushes that come down. He literally just got some soap poured on it. And then gets, I mean, this is supposed to be drying him off, but it appears to be blowing some... Maybe blow some wax on him as well. Oh, no, he's not finished. He pulled forward and then the machine was like, hang on, sir, hang on. Let me clean your car further. So yeah, it's a shame there's no brushes that come down to clean the cars. That would be a lot nicer. But they do come out nice and clean. I had no idea how much money we get per car. Absolutely no idea. Ooh, don't run me over, don't run me over. I guess you'd have to watch the top left to see. Do they pay when they first get here? Let's see if we just get some money now when this little car comes in. No, we don't get any money when they first arrive. So when this car leaves, keep watching that top left. We'll get an idea of how much. 20. Now, is it 24? I think that's just inside somewhere, isn't it? We're getting some frame rate issues again. Is it 24 then? Was he supposed to have left? He's being marked. Yeah, he's been pushed away. Where's he going? All right, forget the price. I'm more interested now in seeing what happens to this car. Yeah, you beached it, sir. Yeah, the road's actually over there. Not over here. This is not the car wash, sir. You were supposed to be doing what that car is. You see what that guy's doing there? Running over that pedestrian? That's what you were supposed to do. I've got no way of helping you. I'm so sorry. You're now stuck here forever. But I think that will do us then. I think we are finished for now and for this series. So let me know about the final safe over there. Not that I'm sure it's a financial prize. Because there's also something about, there's an achievement about getting a... let's just drive over to the antiques dealer a second. There's an achievement for getting a final antique that I never got on Steam as well. Let's just, before we end, since this is a long video anyway, just keep it going a little bit longer. Let me just check something, because there is an achievement for doing an extra antique, which I wasn't able to access or couldn't access. Whether it's in the desert somewhere, maybe it is. I haven't actually walked through the desert. I've been to a couple of the houses, but I've not walked through the desert, so maybe it's a desert walk. Because yeah, there's nothing more I can do here. Absolutely nothing more I can do. Got nothing I can grab or anything like that either. Yeah, there's nothing I can do just here. So there is an achievement we haven't got, but I don't know what it means by it. So let me know on that, and let me know on the safe. And yeah, and then we'll when we return for the caravan update, whenever that is, I don't know when it will be, so look out for it probably over the summer, I would say. If it doesn't come soon, it will definitely feature on the channel late summer, I would say. It's not going to happen in June unless it launches like in the next week, because I'm taking a bit of a break from recording through quite a bit of June. So although the videos will still be going out, obviously I'll have to pre-record them, is what I mean by that. So I won't be able to do anything if it comes out in June. So it could be midsummer before we come back. But whenever that update does come and I have the time to do it, we will return for the caravan update, in which we will finish off. We'll do those two parties, hopefully find what's in that safe, and then do the caravan. So that is the end for now of this series. So I hope you have enjoyed it, and if you have, make sure you leave the video a like. Consider joining and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you for another video very soon.